Hello and welcome back. As some of you know, I casually play on a 5.8 server and I'm actually having a lot of fun to just invest a few hours a week into re-experiencing this old world. For those of you that do not know, the 5.8 patch is the latest patch that has all the old regions in it, which includes the beautiful Illuma and Northvolt regions, which are surrounding the Tower of Light and the Tower of Darkness. At this point, you, the player, is the Archdeva. You even enter the Tower of Light, as in Ilios for example, and gain some of your lost memories thanks to the library inside of the tower that contains all the knowledge amassed over the thousands of years. This is incredibly interesting for people that are interested in the lore. After this patch, and this might be a little spoiler now, Ereshkigal destroys Rashanta, the Abyss, and makes its debris crash into both Elysia and Asmodee in her attempt to destroy them. You, the Archdeva, then sacrifice yourself to desperately try to save the planet from complete destruction. It worked. Atreia was not completely destroyed, but most of the regions got wrecked upon the falling debris. This is why in 6.0 and forward, most of the old regions have been removed. You, the Archdeva, are gone, knowing that your sacrifice saved Atreia from complete destruction. This story from even before 1.0 up to the 6.0 patch is, in my opinion, a complete chapter that I call the Archdeva story. And today I want to take a look at an old dungeon on the 5.8 patch. This dungeon is called the Fissure of Oblivion. Lady Seal herself created this Fissure of Oblivion to store and protect the memories of the Archdeva. This fissure was created with the memories shortly after the failed peace negotiations. The Balaur had just overrun an Atreian stronghold called Orkia Fortress. You as the Archdeva now enter this fissure in the hopes of regaining the memories that Lady Seal had stored away here for you. In this dungeon, you gain the ability to transform into 4 different avatars. And every single one of these avatars has 4 different unique abilities. In the dungeon, you see your enemies having different types. For example, a warrior type takes additional damage from you and deals less damage to you if you have the Avatar of Wind transformation. You are supposed to make use of these transformations and the corresponding weaknesses of your enemies to get through the dungeon as quickly as possible to gain better rewards. Now, some of you might know that I actually dislike 95% of transformations, no matter if it's candies or extra skills in solo dungeons. But for this one dungeon, I actually do accept and even like it. And the sole reason for it is the end boss. Lady Seal has created the Shadow of Oblivion, whose sole purpose is to safeguard the memories of the Archdeva, in order to prevent them falling into the hands of the unworthy. This boss actually needs a bit of brain power to process, and I actually love it. During the dungeon on your way to the boss, a blue quest tells you to transform into the different avatars and kill enemies with its skills. The goal with that is to get you accustomed to the skills of these different transformations, because you will need that for this boss. The Shadow of Oblivion has 3 phases. He always starts with his default form, meaning he has no type assigned to him. He will only use 2 skills which are not that important. Once you bring him down to 75% of his HP, he will cast Oblivion. Upon completing the cast, he will stun you for a few seconds, heal himself completely, and then transform into one of the 4 types: Assassin, Special, Warrior, or Mage. I will explain how to deal with him in these transformations in a second, but first let me explain further about these phases. In his second phase, he has now healed himself up completely, and this time you have to bring him down to 50% of his HP, and then he will cast Oblivion once more. This will again stun you, and he will transform into another one of these 4 types. He will once again be at full health, but this time you have to deplete his entire health bar. No more shenanigans after that. But let's get to the different types now. When the boss takes on the Assassin type, you shall use the Avatar of Earth transformation. This is incredibly easy, as you just have to stay close to him and smash your skills over and over. Sometimes the boss will vanish and appear somewhere else whilst casting Oblivion Dirk. This skill deals damage if you're not near the boss, which should actually never hit you, because the Earth transformation has a gap closer and wants to stay close all the time anyway. A little side note on this, when I did the video about the Ion Beta skill showcase, I said that it's kinda sad that some of the animations that were shown weren't used in the game. Well, this Oblivion Dirk skill of the boss here is exactly what they had shown in the beta as a skill for the Assassin, which obviously was never used as an animation for an Assassin skill. The next type is the Special type. If the boss takes on the Special type, you have to use the Avatar of Water transformation. It is probably the most boring transformation for you, but it is required for this type of the boss. The boss will cast Contaminated Memory on you. This is a very heavy hitting dot on you, which you have to very quickly cleanse with the Healing Rain skill of your water transformation. Beyond that, the boss will also cast Oblivion Wave 2 times in a row. This is a cone-shaped frontal AoE that is cast instantly. You would probably survive 1 hit, but the second hit will most likely kill you. To avoid that, you can run behind him as you see the animation. Then the skill won't hit and won't damage you. This way you can slowly damage him down, as the water transformation really isn't good with dealing damage. The third type is the Warrior type. You can use either Avatar of Wind, or what I personally prefer and think is easier, you can use the Avatar of Fire transformation. Beyond the normal skills the boss throws at you, the really dangerous part are the adds. The boss will cast Summon Shadow periodically. This will summon 2 enemies which will then run to you and auto-attack you in melee range. Their auto-attacks deal massive damage, which can kill you either instantly or after their second auto-attacks. They have very low HP and can be killed basically with 1 hit, but you have to be aware of them. Otherwise you will die and you will have to restart the entire boss fight. And the last type is the Mage type. This is the most challenging type, and every time you face this boss, you will pray that he doesn't use this form as his last phase. Because then it lasts the longest and there is more time for you to make a mistake, which will be fatal. You should use the Avatar of Fire transformation here, and use the Inferno Embrace skill of this transformation as often as possible, since it restores a bit of your HP on every hit. You can also use potions alongside it to keep yourself alive. First, he will only normally attack you and use Magic Discharge to deal a bit of extra damage to you. This is manageable and should be fine. The hard part comes with this skill rotation. He uses the Pull skill. He will pull you towards him and spawn 4 adds around you. One of these 4 adds will immediately start casting Reflect Magic. If this cast goes through, you will take massive damage and immediately die. So your goal is to immediately tap through the enemies to see which one of them casts it, and kill it as quickly as possible before it can finish the cast. Shortly after this, the boss will pull you to him once more and immediately cast Oblivion Explosion, which will deal a big amount of damage to you. That is why I told you to keep your HP high with potions and the Inferno Embrace skill. Right after this hard-hitting Oblivion Explosion, he will start casting Magic Power Explosion, which will once again deal a big amount of damage to you and kill you if you just take it like that. To save yourself from dying there, while he is casting it, you have to cancel your Fire Avatar transformation and use it once more to transform back into the Fire Avatar. This will fully restore your HP and make sure that you will survive the magic power explosion. And this way you will slowly deplete its HP, while the skill rotation will repeat multiple times. One single mistake will kill you, and you will have to start the boss fight from the beginning. And that is pretty much the entire fight. You can use the removal and new applying of the avatar transformation to heal yourself, also with the other types of the boss. However, without the transformation you will be incredibly squishy and probably die if 1 or 2 skills hit you. So you have to be extremely careful with when you actually use this. Now let me show you what the entire boss fight looks like without me interrupting to explain things.
The glories of the past will be forgotten. The weight of my judgment shall crush you. Judgment falls, bringing the mace of oblivion down onto you. Cannot outwit me. In my wisdom I trust. I shall reveal the secrets of Oblivion.
Your target does not exist.
Resist Oblivion.
And that's pretty much it. As I said, I like these old patches and I'm enjoying myself playing there a bit. More so than with the classic servers, to be honest. Anyway, this was just a random dungeon I came across which was interesting to me. For one, because of the lore implication behind it, but also because it was fairly difficult, and it was one of the only dungeons where I actually liked the bonus skills with transformations. And that's probably because of the difficulty. But yeah, I just found it interesting and thought I would share an old memory with all of you. Have a wonderful day and see you next time. Bye!